Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hey, can you guys see that StreamYard down there? I don't know if anybody's gonna need it or not, but I'm gonna drop it again because I know it's back up at the beginning. Let's see. I know my phone's a little crooked here, isn't it? How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody been doing for the last little bit? Now that you can answer me, like, and me hear you. Well, I know I look, but it's cold here, guys. I don't know how it is there for everybody else, but it's cold here. Chilly, 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 chilly. Probably, it feels like it's in the teens at least. Oh, I don't know how cold it is, but it feels cold. All right, we got Charlie Girl in the house. We got CJ Mack in the house. Fancy Glam. And Fancy, I'm not jealous of Eloise. Have you seen her? Who's to be jealous of that? Just saying. Relevant. Yeah, of course you're the Eloise. Of course you are. Yep. All right. Normally a lot of people say, hey, there's a StreamYard link. If anybody wants to jump on up, come on up. I don't necessarily say that. If, oh, look. Oh, I can go down here. Oh, it's cold. Yeah. See, it is cold, CJ Mac. I think it's cold, but, that's just me. Fancy, I'm not hating on Eloise. I love her, but you know what? Honestly, it's like a bad case of diarrhea. You can only handle so much at a time. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. After a while, my ears start burning having to listen to her. She's crazy. Huh. Something wrong with that. But that's, that's just my opinion. That's just my view. Whatever, Fancy. You can say it's true all you want, but, it's all right. I know the truth. I don't have to prove to you or Eloise that I'm not jealous of her. I mean, have you seen the latest? She's got a little Cash App thing so she can get some new boobs. New boobs are not going to help that face of hers. I'm just saying. They're just not going to help that face. So, just the way it is. All right, guys, there's a lot to talk about. Look, man. We'll start with the serious stuff first, and then we'll get on to, some of the stuff that's been going on the last couple months, I guess. It's been a little bit. And been, little stuff here and there going on, right? And apparently the newest thing is I'm jealous of Eloise, but whatever. I'll tell you this, Fancy, you don't see me out there putting a Cash App for new boobs. Nope, that'd be Eloise. So, anyways. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, look, I got the little frozen faces. I'll put that up there, show what kind of person Fancy is. How's she over here showing herself like that? All right, can you guys hear me? Put a 1 in the comment. Yeah, Charlie Girl, put a 1. Yeah, okay. So, I put that Cash App out for her. Oh, you did, Fancy. Oh, so you think she needs new boobs? Oh my gosh. So apparently, I don't know. I guess maybe she's jealous of you then. Eloise is jealous of you because you don't need the boobs and she does. That would make sense, actually. That's probably the truth. That's closest to the truth. Y'all are coming. That's the closest to the truth you come. Fancy. Eloise. Jealousy and annoyance are two different things, right? Fancy and Eloise are annoying as all get out. Try living with them, Not easy, guys. It's not easy. Okay, so we'll start it off. We're going to, like I said, we'll hit the serious stuff first, and then we'll get on to the, well, let's just say it, the bullshit, I'll say it like it is. I said it there, But, I know we've been absent. I did do a 15-minute, quick little short video, or a live. It's been, last couple months have been pretty rough, so we have been, Eloise and Fancy have not been going live. We did one in the kind of towards the middle of all of it, and I had to apologize. Eloise and Eloise had to apologize to Fancy because she wasn't really feeling it, because right before that live had occurred on the Relevant Ghost and Glam page, I had gotten another phone call that my mom was going back into the hospital. And we knew that it was getting bad. So, you know, the absence from us on YouTube has, you know, some people don't understand. And hopefully once we kind of explain a little bit, you may have a better understanding of why Eloise and Fancy haven't been live. And I know there's some people out, a lot of people have been great and supportive, don't get me wrong. But we have gotten a little bit backlash from people not understanding why we wouldn't want to go on a comedy skit page and be funny, you know. It's been what now, 7.5 weeks. So 7.5 weeks ago, I had actually yeah, yeah, it was 8 weeks today actually, because it's Friday. I had gotten a call from my dad stating that my mom had was in the hospital, and you know, they had admitted her, and apparently they were finding some stuff that wasn't good, but she had been having problems the last couple months with breathing and not being able to walk very far. And I told her then, Mom, something's wrong. You know, please go to the doctor, get checked out. You know, there's something's not right. And I could hear she was getting winded, this, that, and the other. So anyways, she went in, they did an EKG, and the EKG threw up something funny. So they ended up keeping her and trying to figure out what was going on. And as the weekend went by and progressed, there was more things. Hey, Country Christian. There was more things. Hold on a second. Hey, Gloria's in the house. I mean, Morticia's in the house. Sorry. So, anyways, like I was saying, so they went on, and all weekend it was just kind of, you know, sitting on pins and needles, waiting for, you know, results and stuff like that. But what they had found was, I'm trying to make it through without crying. But they had found that she had there was some masses in her heart, little masses, and they were trying to figure out what it was. And then they looked further, and they found stuff in her lungs, and then they found the mass behind her liver. So what it boiled down to was it started in that mass behind her liver, spread to her lungs, and then to her heart. And before you know it, you know, diagnosis was not good. And so, you know, they said, yeah, it's cancer, and, you know, you don't have very long, blah, blah, blah. So that was 8 weeks ago today. So when she got, that was the phone call when she went into the hospital, 8 weeks ago today. And then it was Tuesday when I found out that that she had the cancer. And then I end up driving, it's a 19-hour drive from where I'm at to where my mom's at. And drove out there, I spent 2 weeks with her, and I got the best last days. Okay. Came home for 2 weeks because I had, you know, doctor's appointment and MRI, and my kiddos, you know, needed mom to be home for a little bit. I had appointments for them, 2 of them, and, you know, just things that I had to get taken care of. And, you know, I ended up getting a call. And in that 2-week time period I was home, Fancy and Eloise did go live. And like I said, right before we went live, I got the call that my mom had to go back into the hospital because of the fluid buildup in her breathing and all this. And, you know, just a lot of the stuff going on. And, you know, I had told my mom when I left, I told her I'll be back in a couple weeks, thinking it'd be like 3 to 4 weeks, because they had told her she had about maybe 2 months, right? She didn't think she did. And so, sure enough, she ends up back in the hospital. And then they're like, okay, you know, they were giving her a week or 2 at that point. And so I had to finish up the appointments on Monday and Tuesday, and then Thursday. And, you know, so then I go driving back out there again. That time I did stop and sleep for 2 hours on the way because I was really tired. So, you know, go do that 19-hour drive again, you know, by myself. So go back out there, and that was the, that was, trying not to cry. that was, really, really difficult. But such a blessing, because I had just said, God, please let me be there, hold her hand, and this, that, and the other. And I was able to do that. I was there with her and held her hand and was so blessed to have that. Robs me of the moments of me being able to say she's still sitting on the couch crocheting because in my mind, I know differently. So it was a really rough, oh, hey, Purple. Purple's in the house.
Hi, Purple.
A really rough, so we get diagnosis. I'm there 2 weeks, come home for 2 weeks, and I go back and I got there Friday night, and 12:26 a.m. Monday she passed. So we're talking from diagnosis until she passed. It was 5 weeks. And there was a lot more besides just dealing with that, because that was enough. Just dealing with that, coupled with there was a whole lot of other crap that happened, of course, right? In real life, other things happen. Just things that I haven't even, there's been a couple things that I haven't really actually dealt with completely right now because it just can't, along, on the way home, driving back that 19 hours again, get word that my sister here had a pulmonary embolism, so it's like, when it rains, it pours. And, so like I said, there's been a lot of things that have gone on, and that's one reason Eloise and Fancy have not gone live. So if people cannot understand why we wouldn't want to go live and be funny, I'm sorry, that's on you. And there was a comment, well, it was done on a live, and I'm just going to say it because they sure as heck didn't mind. I saw the video clip. They didn't mind dropping my name and coming after me for not being live when my mother had just passed away. And it was actually 6 days after my mom had passed that this was said. And Queen Nessie pointed out, relevant, can't be trusted. She's gone silent on the internet, but yet she's in Iris's. I didn't disappear. When I was sitting there with my mom sleeping, I would jump and I went into Purple's and would listen. I would go into Tony's and listen. I didn't go in chat. Every once in a while I'd say something or whatever, but when you're dealing with those kind of things, sometimes you do need a little bit of an escape, going into a chat for just 5 or 10 minutes, was, okay, that's enough. The next thing you know, my mom would have to get up and go to the restroom or something. And, it just, whatever. It happened so fast. There's so much going on. And, we just got to sit there 6 days after my mom passed and someone say, hey, this is what's going on being said. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you? And, Queen Nessie even said, well, my mom died. I had 2 weeks. There's no reason to be staying off the internet. And 2 weeks before the funeral, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I don't know what your situation is. Maybe you weren't close with your mom. Maybe she wasn't your rock. Maybe she wasn't your shield. Maybe you didn't realize you were thrust into those positions that she always took care of. Maybe, I don't know. But for me, I'm not turning into a raging alcoholic to deal with my mom's passing. I have to grieve and go through the process.
Maybe you're just a vile person. Because only a vile person would attack somebody and insinuate that you were lying about your mother passing or being ill, is what I took from the little clip that I watched, because God knows I didn't want to watch 17 hours of her shit. I've never had a problem with you, Queen Nessie. In fact, you have been very polite to me in chats as of recent after talking mad shit on Relevant Glitz and Glam. So I call that a two-faced person. That's beside the point, sis. So this is almost unnecessary, because who gives a shit what that woman thinks? She's vile and disgusting.
Yeah, it was just really appalling. And the way they treated CJ was just like, what? It was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And I'm over, and this is just, I'm just over somebody else putting a timestamp on somebody else's grief.
Right.
Who is anybody to say you've grieved long enough? 6 days after my mom passed, and that was long enough? Are you serious? Okay, and we've had other incidences, with Wild Child and being told that she had grieved long enough, and it just, I've always said, you never put a time on somebody else's grief because you never know how they're feeling and how they're processing it.
Right.
So, and like I said, a couple of the big things that happened besides during all that 5 weeks packed into, oh shit, some of the other things were pretty big things that were going on. And just, one of those issues that occurred would, some people would be knocked off the rocker. I'm not going to go all into detail with it, but some of the things that happened, and some of those things would be enough for people to crawl into a ball and cry for about a week, and it just like seriously attack somebody, say they can't be trusted because they've gone kind of quiet and they're not going to be on their comedy page and they're going to take a little time off. And honestly, I don't know at what point, maybe tomorrow, maybe it'll be a week, maybe, whatever, when Eloise and Fancy come back around. It's, I haven't lost my humor. I still have it. It just, I don't always feel like being funny.
Right.
I just don't.
And that's understandable, sis. And it just goes to show that everybody handles grief in their own way. Some people cycle through it faster. Some people get stuck in different levels of it. You're handling it the best way you can. And I think you're doing it in a healthy manner, and you're not resorting to being some belligerent drunk on YouTube. We don't have to mask our grief by being funny. We don't have to be funny all the time. And when we are funny again, it's the right time.
Yeah. It'll get there, because I know my mom wouldn't want me to.
No, she wouldn't. She would want the show to go on,
Oh yeah, she would be like, get it back up there and get going, but
I'm glad she got to see Eloise and Fancy and meet the girls.
Oh yeah, she loved them. She had a blast, didn't she?
Yeah.
She had a blast. So, it just, I think, my daughter summed it up really well, because the first 2 weeks we were out there, while I was out there, my two oldest were able to go out. And it just so happened that my second oldest, my daughter, was going out there anyways. And she had just told me a week before all this. She's like, hey, Mom. She said, do you think Grandma would be up for meeting us for lunch? And I was like, well, what are you doing? She's like, we're going out there. She was going out there to see one of her best friends, and they were getting a beach house and going down to North Carolina and all that, And she's like, well, we're going to be in town, and I want to meet up with her on Saturday to have lunch. And I said, oh, she'd love that. And I remember I had told her at one point, I said, well, she hasn't been feeling too good, so I don't know if she'll feel like going out to lunch. And she said, oh, that's okay. We could pick something up and take it, So point is, it just so happened to be that weekend that I got there. My oldest, of course, as soon as I called and told him, he was like, okay, I've got to call work, because, he's in the Air Force. And he's like, I got to go call work and, let him know what's going on, and so he could come and see him. And so him and my daughter, both, my two oldest, were able to go and see her and spend some time with her. Well, this was just 3 weeks before she passed. And so my daughter kind of was like, I can't believe this is so quick, because while we were there, of course, my mom, true to form, she had to get up and make dinner because the grandbabies were there. 2 of them were. So, we helped her under her direction, of course. You know,
Of
we're
course.
gonna make
Very
sure it was,
specific direction.
yes, very specific. And we're like, yes, Mom, I'm doing it this way. I'm doing it just like, like you do it. And so,
Yes.
she was up making dinner, and my daughter had just, 3 weeks later, and hey, grandma passed, and this, that, and the other. And she's like, oh, it was just 3 weeks ago that she was making us dinner, that she was,
Yeah.
she goes, I know she was sick and not feeling good, but it was just it was a hard stretch. I mean, and that's from, being there. And, of course, I got to go back, and I was there for the last few days. That you just saw I saw the transition a little bit more than my kids did. So for them it was hard to go, wait, but just 3 weeks ago and I'm telling you, the weekend before she passed, because she passed away Monday morning, um, it was really Sunday night into Monday morning, because it was just after midnight. But the weekend prior, when she was in the hospital, she was still crocheting her heart out, and she was crocheting little breast cancer awareness ribbons, and was giving them to the nurses that she liked. If she didn't like them, they didn't get one. But she was still, she's still sitting there crocheting, and she made a bunch of them, and so I said, well, she was still determined to keep going, and so it just happened very quickly. There's been a lot going on, and like I said, to address the whole Queen Nessie issue, it's really disappointing that we'd even have to. But I don't know at what point someone would think that I would make it up, that I would lie about that,
Or that
you
you
know,
weren't to be trusted because of that, or implying that none of us in our sisterhood should be trusted because we were all going to be off of YouTube for a while in support of you. And it wasn't that we were off of YouTube necessarily, because we still joined in chats, but we weren't. I'm not. There's no fancy without Eloise. So no.
no Eloise without fancy. It's just the way that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and I don't understand. Maybe Queen Nessie has a problem understanding that we have a friendship, the sisterhood, off of YouTube. Most of us met because of YouTube, right? But we're not only on YouTube. We are off of YouTube, in each other's lives daily. And it would have been very.
You and I have the same sperm and egg donor, so there's that.
There is that. There's that little thing, but we won't mention that. Yeah, but it's yeah, we support each other in our lives. The thing that usually exists for people off of YouTube. Maybe
Right.
some people don't have lives off of YouTube. Maybe that's how they could do a 20-hour live. I don't know. But we do support each other in all things in our life. And that was something I got tremendous amount of support, and I love you guys so much for that.
We love you.
Picking up the, hey, they just told me my mom only has hours, and I'm just crying waterfall, like I said, it's difficult to go through that. It's challenging. It's a beautiful thing. Because I can tell you, my mom made it look so graceful, and so if I could even live part of my life as graceful as she did that, I'll be blessed, she, she did make it look so easy and just wow, but it is, it's not anything that I wish on anyone. And I know that there's been a lot of people who have reached out, and I thank all of you guys for that. I've got, Carol, Inc., Lenny, Lenny went through the same kind of thing with her. I won't tell her story, but I've just gotten a lot of support from people, and of course, Country Christian, and CJ, Charlie Girl, Dusty, all y'all, Indicas,
No.
um, and that's
Tony
been
and
such a blessing.
Purple and Tony and
Yeah,
Purple both. Um,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
all of the
yeah,
chats, yes, just an outpouring of prayers and love and
yeah, and that means so
encouragement.
much. It really does. Iris, it just means so much to me, and I think it helps more than people think. It just, we always think our words it's never enough, but sometimes it's just like, hey, we're praying for you, or hey, so sorry, whatever. It's just like, oh, it does. It makes your heart feel good. Um, and like I said, it's not something that you really want to deal with, to go through. Would I want to go through it again? Hell no. It's definitely not easy. And like I said, I understand maybe some people don't have a good relationship with their mom. Maybe um, things are rough and they can't understand, um, I don't know, because I know, and I've said this before, and it just, like, I didn't even know I had it. Okay, until, how that song, you don't know what you got till it's gone. I did not realize that, and the only way I can explain it is like a shield, right? I never knew it was there, but boy, when it left, I knew it. I felt it. I can
Mhm.
physically feel her gone. Didn't know that shield was there, you know?
Right.
So, really trying to keep it together. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
You're
Um,
doing good. You are.
but, you know, having to be thrown front and center, and you know how this is, Gloria. You know how this is. I'm just preaching to the choir. I understand that. But when you're
No.
thrust into, you're the one making those decisions, because like I've said, I've always been in the background. I was always my mom's, she was always my biggest supporter, but I felt like I was her supporter as well. Like, she was the one who would make all the arrangements and all the calls for this and that, and then I was back there. Whatever she needed done, I'll do it. You know, when my grandmother passed away just 4 years ago, and I had to watch her say goodbye to her mom, I didn't realize just in 4 years I'd say goodbye to mine, you know. But when she passed away, I got down on my hands and knees and I'm scrubbing the floor because that's what needed to be done, you know. And then, hey, baby brother's down there.
Hey, Waylon.
But
Good to see you.
when you're, huh? Okay. When you're thrust into that position, all of a sudden it's very foreign. Like, I'm used to making the decisions and calls about my children, but then you have to be the one to stand up and make the arrangements. And people are
Right.
calling you to find out, well, what do you want us to do about this? What do you want us to do about? And I don't mind. It's just, I'm not complaining about it at all. It's just a shocker. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Mhm.
She's the one who's supposed to be doing that. Like, she's usually, and then all of a sudden you're the one in that
Yeah.
position, and it's
It's a very strange situation.
yeah,
I shared with
yeah,
you when my adopted mother passed. My cousin and I walked in my adopted family, we'd have like a reception after a funeral. And we walked in and we're both looking around and nothing's set up.
yeah,
And actually, it
yeah,
wasn't my mother's funeral, it was my auntie's. And she was the last of that family except for one uncle. And nothing was set up. And then my cousin and I both at the same time said, "Oh shit, it's on us now."
yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's now that whole generation's gone, and it's our duty to set up for the
yeah,
younger generations, if you will. And um, it caused both of us to cry, and then we just jumped in and sat up. And um,
yeah. You just find yourself just
thankfully, we
going through
had
the
good
motions.
examples.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You go through the motions of, okay, let's get in here and get it done. Like,
Right.
having to, plan that we did a memorial service, and I said, okay, I want it done in the next week or two. I don't want it to, because when my husband's mother passed away, and ironically, um, she had 5 weeks that she was diagnosed with cancer, and then she passed. And I just think, I remember I told my husband, I said, don't you think it's odd that both of our moms are passing, have cancer like this, And he was like, no, not really. And then when my mom passed away in 5 weeks and his mom passed in 5 weeks, ours was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, that's odd. Like, that's crazy to me, just so quickly. And but with hers, it was right there with, the big C. And so you couldn't have any kind of memorial service or anything like that. So we had to wait from, the end of March until I believe it was in July before we could do a service. And it was just, and I told my dad, I was like, I don't want to wait. I'd rather do it in, a couple weeks, that'll give us time to get things set up. And I still had to come back home and deal with things at home. And, we were able to set that up and get it going and make sure that there was things put in place that, that she would be proud of and that she would be happy with, to do justice to her celebration of life, and I'd do it again for my mom. My mama had, she deserved that. And, it was hard walking in there. It was like, holy crap, but, like I said, if you don't have a good relationship, and my mom had told me, she told me this throughout my life, especially as an adult, she would tell me, if I've done my job right, when you're growing up, because I'm your mother and I'm, the guy, to guide you and to correct you and this, that, and the other. She says, but when you're an adult, then you'll be my best friend. And, just a couple months ago, she said it to me right before she was diagnosed. She said it again. And she says, you're my best friend. You're my best friend.
Yeah.
And she's right, I guess, she's like, everything about me, everything. And I think that's, that's true, like when you're close and you're mom and daughter, I think you do know a lot about each other. Sometimes she probably wished she didn't know as much as she knew, and I probably wish I didn't know as much as I knew. But
Right.
Yeah. So, like I said, to be attacked and to see CJ go through that, like the clips I saw, because sorry, Queen Nessie, but I'm not going to sit and watch a 20-hour live, So they were sending clips, and I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me, And the way they went after CJ was just like, what on earth is wrong with people? I don't understand, Maybe they weren't understanding what she was saying. I could understand her, but I understand Scottish. Yeah, maybe Queen Nessie doesn't understand Scottish. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Don't know.
But, I just, I kind of give up, the YouTube crazy stuff, Oh, listen. We'll get over the serious stuff, yeah. You notice the banner rolling across? Did you read what it said, sis?
Well, I can't see without my readers. I'm on a phone and everything's this big, and I'm old.
That's what I was thinking. I might have to read it. Did y'all catch it, CJ, Charlie girl? Y'all catch that down there? It says adult content ... Need a side of ranch? Question mark. Yeah. You need a side of ranch? Sure did. Charlie girl said sure did. She read it. Yeah. If you're coming in here looking for ranch, keep on going. We're fresh out of ranch here, okay? Fresh out of ranch.
Well, that really kind of goes out to one person in particular, but we don't have to go into it if we don't want to.
We can explain it later, I guess, But I did hear, okay. Oh, and I'll tell you this. The whole reason, we come on here. This is the survivors page. My mama, she did adopt me, and she was my savior. Okay. So it blends in pretty well with the survivor page, I would say. It works out pretty good. So with that being said, There's been some stuff going down on YouTube streets, huh?
Right?
I've had to
A
try to
lot of
catch
stuff.
some of it. I've had to catch some of it on the replay because I seriously did take a little bit of time and just go, nope, I'm not watching any of it. I'll watch it on the replay, you know. There was a little bit there. I just said, let me just sit quietly for a moment, you know. But I did hear.
I'm gonna go get my bottle of
Where?
alcohol that I left at the store.
Oh, she needs a bottle of alcohol. Honey, pass it around. I think we could all use a few shots.
That's my daughter. She's of age.
Of course, yeah, she's well of age. She ain't in preschool no more.
No.
But I did hear, I got the pleasure to hear there was some admittance about some of the things that we had been saying, had been said for a very long time. We've been saying,
Right.
you know, all those things that we were called liars on,
Yeah.
that we were telling lies, we were liars. And I'll say this. People jumped on the bandwagon with this person and was attacking all of the sisterhood here. And I found it very enlightening that Ray Ray went live, went in there and apologized for, you know, bad behavior or whatever. And I'm just going to say it. Just going to say it. I think that there's a lot of people out there that think that somebody dirty deleted something, so you don't remember. People didn't see it. People won't, you know, have screenshots or clips because it's dirty deleted, like it didn't happen. See where I'm getting at with this, right?
Right.
We saw and heard quite a bit being said. And the one night, and I'll say this about Mrs. T. Apparently, you know, was upset about the whole helium thing, you know. And I'll tell you right now, I think I was the first one to make a comment about it over in somebody else's channel. And it was after they had been live, and it's been dirty deleted since. Okay. And you heard a bunch of cackling like the witches of Eastwick. Cackling and laughing, just thinking it was funny as hell. You fucking bitches, those whores, the shits, blah, 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 whatever, right? Whole lot of things being said in chat by a variety of people. Not one of which has stepped up and said, hey, I apologize. You know, we shouldn't have done that. Nah, they're sitting over there like their noses are clean because that shit was dirty deleted. Oh, sweetheart, it can be dirty deleted all you want. We still remember. We still know. We still got clips. We've still got screenshots of the vile things that were said. Now, this one particular night, when like I said, I'm pretty sure I was first one to make a comment, and I know exactly what I said. It was, there was attacking going on against Tony and Country Christian. I didn't like what I was hearing at all. All right, because those are our girls, man. You just can't go after them and, you know, sit here and you're joking about the way they talk. You were saying that they were ignorant and that there's all this stuff being said, okay? But we weren't supposed to know, I guess. We weren't supposed to remember that. I went over and I made a comment because, you know, I said, well, if you sound like you're talking out of rat's ass, you probably shouldn't be throwing shade. I said it. I'm not going to lie. It's out there. It's in black and white. Go watch it. I put it in a chat. I did say that. Because you're being so extremely vile to Tony and Country Christian about the way they talk and their accents, and you're ridiculing them, belittling them, calling them ignorant and stupid. Not okay. Not cool. Do I feel sorry for making that comment? No, I do not. I do not feel bad for saying that when you are so daggone vile. Now, apologize for any kind of bad behavior. Apparently, Tabby thinks it's bad to say Tabs, Tabitha, and I did call her the town crier. I ain't gonna lie, you know. Okay, fine, whatever. No, we don't have to continue that behavior. That's fine. But just know, we know what y'all are doing, and you may think that we don't, but we do. So you didn't like it that we retaliated and we went back at you with the same bullshit, only we weren't as vile as y'all were. Because there was some vile shit that was being said over there. We never got as vile as you guys did. Just saying. It's just been really irritating me with that. It really
And
has.
on that, on the live of Ray Ray's, I extend an apology for any time that I had called names or any bad behavior that I exhibited. And because the name calling does not get you anywhere, so I do extend an apology still. And we'll try not to repeat the behavior to prove that apology. However, it doesn't mean that I have forgotten what they put my sisterhood through. Backing someone that now has shown her true colors and the mask is off and everyone sees her for what she is. Can I move on from that? Yes. Am I going to be friends with those people that came at us? Not likely. I can coexist. And each one of us in the sisterhood and that were attacked for those months all have differences and opinions on how they're dealing with it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with it my way. You're dealing with it your way.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree with
but,
you. I do agree. You know, sorry, you know, for any kind of bad behaviors, you know. But I do think that it would have been nice if my sisters and I had gotten an apology.
Right.
But like I said, because it was dirty deleted, they think it didn't happen. It didn't occur. Whatever, you know, it's fine. Just know, we know, we're aware. But what happens when you have that kind of vile behavior and, you know, you say these kind of things and do these kind of things and, you know, you're sitting there accusing all of us of lying, all because you said we were lying, okay? And there's 9 of us who still stand strong. And that's just in our little group because there's groups before that had fallouts as well. And individuals as well. So all of us were all liars. And the numbers, you know, racks up. But now it's been proven we were not lying. And she actually came onto a panel and admitted that she didn't know why she did, but yeah, that, you know, she had said that, she had said this, whatever, you know. I don't know. It's just when you see somebody's that vile, you definitely go, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You
right.
know,
It was kind of a bittersweet moment when she finally came out and said what all of us wanted to hear all those months. We just wanted to hear that, hey, I did stand beside an abusive man and came at you all because of that. And for that, you were called liars and da da da. Do I know if it was sincere? I really don't, because I have seen the same apology when she still had a channel, and then saw that same apology deleted and another live done less than 24 hours later, back at it, calling us liars and bitches and all of that. So all I can do is for myself move on from it.
yeah.
It was finally this apology that she can't go and dirty delete. And at the same time, it was way late, and it only came about when she herself had been victimized by the same person, if you will. I mean, I don't know how much of that's true either. So,
Yeah.
but like I said, we can only speak for ourselves. I can't speak for the groups ahead of us that had their falling out, that have been harassed in chat groups and drugged through the mud. I can't speak for all of us girls that were together when it happened. I can only speak for myself. And I can defend all of you. Each and every one, whether you're before me or not, I will defend those girls. And I'm hoping that that part of our YouTube experience is over.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You know, defending and just not crossing that line to lower ourselves to them. And Savannah's in the house.
Hello.
She said, don't stoop to their level. We're better than them. That's how they truly are. Pray for them. You're right. They do. I know that makes them mad as hell when you tell them you will pray for them. Oh yeah, I'm sure it does. You know, he offered me prayers. I'm like, hey, good. Send a few extra, you know. But yeah, and I do understand and I do agree. You know, when I said I was sorry, I did. Yeah, I'm sorry for any, bad behaviors. Yeah, we'll just say that. Maybe I need to stop. I just, just wanted to be known that.
It's okay to forgive, but one doesn't need to forget. And so
Exactly.
unfortunately for me, it's made me distrustful of people. And so it takes me a little while to warm up, but it's also brought a ton of wonderful people into my life.
Oh
The
yeah.
sisterhood, Tony, Purple, Psychosocial, who've all led us up on their panels and gave us some voices. It was just validating to be heard for a change and not called a liar, but because for a while it was everybody came at us. It felt like the world came at us, but we're tough. We're tough. And if it starts again, I'm down to fight again. As much as I just want to move on. I really do.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice. I got to tell you, it's been nice. And Savannah, she said, y'all, my girls, we know Savannah. We know that. Savannah's a sweetheart, y'all. We got, and we do have a good group of people that are just fantastic. I mean, there's so many. It's like, okay, don't miss any. It's like, okay, Scorpion, he's awesome too. Like, it's not just all. We've got some, you got Heidi and Tony. I mean, we got a list of people, that are just fantastic. And those are the ones that you need to hold on to and stand with, because the other ones are like flies on the wall. They're gonna be off doing something else, flying onto the next deck of crap. I mean, what else,
and after this, we're going to Purple's birthday bash, and then the happy birthday.
I know. I wonder how old she is. How old is she? I didn't catch that today.
Oh, I think she's 25 or something like that.
25 or is she 24, getting ready to turn 25 next year? Or, yeah, something like that.
Right.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
We missed you too, Savannah. Well, I still chat with her, but, not on here. So, that's just kind of where we've been. There's been a lot, like I said, there's been a lot of things that are in between all of that, that just that alone, I think, would be enough to kind of knock all of us off our feet, most people anyways, maybe not everybody, but, there's just been a lot of things in between there. Like I said, it's just one thing after another, pretty, to me, they were kind of big things.
Right.
Quentin Simon's case got you down. I know, Savannah. That's a rough case there with Quentin. It just, I don't know. I mean, that's sad. That's Clay's, Savannah's pretty close, to that case. So hopefully he'll get justice. I mean, we're still waiting on Summer Wells to get justice, Whatever. But what else is going on in these YouTube streets, sis?
Oh God. Oh. A lot, and it's not only with us, but some of our friends are going through some crap, and they're getting it sorted. And all we can do, because it doesn't have anything to do with us personally, is just show them support and love. And we'll just fight if we need to, but mainly I'm there to show love and support.
Yeah.
And,
well, the whole wrench thing. Oh my gosh. People still going on about the wrenches, man. I'm just like, if I have one, hey, that's cool. I'll do what I can. Tell me what you need me to do. I'll help you out, do whatever. You know, a lot of the times the wrench is here, which I need to check and see. Yeah, I know because on this page and Eloise and Fancy, we did give a lot of people wrenches because there was people coming in under under that name, pretending to be them. And I don't want anybody who are regulars who come in, I don't want them to have to worry about that. You know what I mean? So apparently that's still a thing going on. There we go. Okay. I got a Savannah, I gave you one. So nobody can come in under her. She's got her page. Y'all check her out. Yeah, YouTube's always drama. But just so that we don't have to worry about that. When somebody comes in and if they're not in blue, I can't see it on this chat, but one of the other mods can speak up and go, hey, they're not modded. They don't trust them on panel or whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? They know that's not the real, say, Savannah, Georgia. That's not the real Savannah, Georgia, or that's not the real, you know, that's not the real Tony or Purple, whoever, you know? So for all the wrench, they're protected, you know? And we don't have any rogue mods at this point. We did at one point. We sure did. Remember that?
We have the potential to have one because I don't know. I don't know if you want to go into that situation or not, but she doesn't seem to mind.
Well, I just have to check on my computer. I might have to pull it out and check and see if she's still modded or not. Oh, thank you, Charlie girl. She dropped Savannah's channel. Look at that. Look at that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if y'all, anybody who comes in that has it's modded, drop a channel or drop somebody else's channel. I know we're a small little channel over here, but there's going to be people on here that are not on somebody else's.
I did see one thing that was a little disturbing, and that was that Fancy has a wrench, and I don't know.
I gave Eloise one.
Okay.
Because she called me and give me my wrench. Where's my wrench? Where's my wrench? I said, if you don't start calling it a wrench, you ain't getting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't ranch up around here.
I guess we'll talk about that in private. Fancy's probably going to give me some grief already about this, but I just don't know if those two can be trusted.
Well, we'll give them a chance. Well, I agree with you on that, sis. But they are our cousins, and if we can't give our cousins a daggone ranch down there, what are we going to do?
But I don't know that we're modded up in their channel, is what I'm saying.
Oh, are you serious? Well, you know, I don't waste my breath over there on the relevant page anyways.
Right.
But I guess we'll look and see. maybe I should go and drop a comment in there and find out. And then I'll go after Eloise and Fancy and make sure they give us one.
Right. Right. Yeah,
make them give us one. Yeah. But there you go. Country Christian's channel. Yeah, she's got some good Country Christian started covering the Summer Welsh case and did really good on those.
Yeah, some of her Hawkins County stuff is really good.
Yeah. I was like, you go Country Christian, look at it. But yeah, you know, over here we'll talk about it. It's not like we say we can't, but I don't really cover it, cover the crime thing, you know. But oh, did you hear the latest, sister?
What's the latest?
I don't know if Fancy broke the news to you, but I was eavesdropping and I overheard Eloise doing a little chatting. Okay, honestly, I caught her booking something.
Oh,
apparently, yeah, I know. Apparently, her and Fancy are going, you know, the Glitz and Glam Chicks, whoever that is, I don't know, whatever. But they're going on tour this fall.
Yeah, I heard Fancy talking with Eloise about that on the phone the other day.
It's ridiculous. What the hell do they think they're doing? Going on
tour? They're going across the states, actually. You know, I think it's going to be a blur of rest stops and casinos, to be honest.
Knowing them, it probably will. I had to make sure I got my Fireball locked up. Make sure she don't go to the liquor store. I'm not giving her a ride to the liquor store. I can tell you that right now.
Oh God, no. No, but I think they're planning it for next year.
And she said to me it was the fall.
Yeah.
I said, "What are you doing? Leave me alone." I said, "Excuse me, this is my house." And it was actually my phone she was using to book the shit. And I said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "We're going on tour." On tour? Who wants to see you?
Right?
Said,
Who cares, right?
yeah, I know. That's what I thought. I think, whatever,
As
you
our
know.
friend Mrs. T would say, who cares?
Wait. I think we need somebody else to do that voice.
I can't.
Yeah. Well, I might, anyways, it's just, yeah, apparently they're going to go on tour and they like this big elaborate thing they've got.
Yeah,
We'll find out. Better start snooping.
right. Yeah,
You have your man.
I'm sure it'll be disastrous, whatever those two are planning. But it may be fun to watch. Maybe fun
Oh,
to
I
watch.
think, I'm sure anything they do is going to be disastrous, but it would be hilarious and funny as hell. Yeah, I
Right.
wonder if she's planning on, Fancy's probably planning on dragging Wolfie with her too, I bet.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, she doesn't leave anywhere without him. So
Well, that's
those
just
two.
going to be a thrill in a bucket of worms over there. Oh my gosh. We probably should go ahead and start calling the casinos and giving them a heads up.
Yeah, see a redhead and a big-haired blonde
If you-
come in.
If you see a Dolly Parton and a Reba McEntire wannabes, you better lock down.
They'll be in glitter and cheetah print. You know it.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I better hide my rhinestones and crap. She's probably gonna go after those and try to doctor something up.
Probably.
Yeah, I was like, what are you gonna call it? What do you mean a tour? Like, anybody gonna Glam Ya Clam tour, fall of 2023. I don't know
Getting
about those two.
getting kind of loud at my house. So I keep muting. I've got a
You're okay.
house full of kids and
I know my dogs are barking out there. Can you hear them? Sure you can.
yeah.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
can.
I don't know if you can hear the music blaring in my background.
Just a little bit. It's not loud though.
Okay.
You can't leave Squirrel alone. Is that what your puppy's name is? Savannah. Squirrel. She's got the cutest, but oh my gosh, she is so stinking cute. Adorable.
Oh,
He's adorable. He's a sweetheart. Hey, is Purple going live? What time is Purple going live?
should be any time now.
Is it like like in 2 minutes? Somebody. Mean as hell. That puppy's not mean as hell. He's just a sweetie. Look, he just.
It would if she's going live at 6 o'clock my time, then it's just in a couple minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna jump off here, so we can go over there and tell her happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, she said 10 minutes, Charlie girl. She back it up 10 minutes, something like that. I don't know. But either way, we just wanted to come up. Oh no, 1 hour. Oh, okay. Well, we got an hour,
Oh,
sis.
oh God.
Oh lordy, what are we gonna talk about? Look. You got to get in there and try to find out more information about this tour that they're going on.
I will. I just know that their destination is. Actually, they haven't mentioned exactly where their destination is.
Well, I did catch Eloise saying something about, we're going to go so high. We're going to go higher than Fancy's hair. What the hell does that mean? Are they flying somewhere?
I think they're planning on taking a little RV. I don't know exactly, but knowing them, it's I don't know. They're both really big into their country music and Dolly and Reba. Gosh, I don't.
I can see how that's gonna go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you see the tour bus? Yeah, Charlie girl. I saw it. I think Eloise slipped it in there on the
Oh,
little
you know
tour
they're
bus
gonna
thing.
show that off when they do their next live. You know they
Oh,
will.
I'm sure they will. I know they will. Gonna be in there all, look at us, look at us, you know.
Have you seen it?
Not in person, only in pictures.
Yeah, it's got
Only in pictures. Oh, I got
pictures of
hiccups. Oh,
each
no.
of them on each side. You'll have to see it. It's
Oh,
they're gonna go on tour with the whole Glam the Clam and Save the Gerbils. You know their stuff.
save the
Not
gerbil.
that
What a
it's
way to
not
go.
important. It's-
Wham the clam, save the gerbils. I wonder if they're going to be wearing. I bet you they go everywhere with goggles on.
Oh, I can't hardly get Fancy to take hers off. She had some sort of incident at work here a while back, and she claims to be suffering from PTSD. So they've added extra Xanax to her, and it's a
Oh,
mess.
gosh.
It really is. You know how she is. She's very, very dramatic. And
I don't know.
I know
And
I'm
then
going to
you
get
got
shit for
Eloise.
this.
Eloise sitting over
Eloise
there looking
just
like she's
feels it.
ruling on herself. She's like, you know, like, oh my gosh, Eloise, I'm just gonna smack her. Yeah, she's a cry. She's a crier. She's a crybaby. That's who's a crybaby. Eloise.
The only saving grace is having them across the states from one another. So them pairing up in person again is going to be probably a living hell for us.
Yeah,
It's going to be a nightmare.
probably is. It really will be. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully wherever they go doesn't have inline scooters or anything like that they can rent or. There's no telling what kind of damage they're gonna do.
Right.
Post-testicular spray disorder. Yeah, PTSD. Charlie girl got that right.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You know, I felt bad for about 2 minutes for Fancy. I actually did, but and then
Really?
she went and ripped off another bottle of Fireball, and that ended for me.
Yeah. You know, them girls make it really hard for you to have compassion for them sometimes.
Right. You know, I
Yeah.
went as far as getting a little locked box for my Fireball and liquor. And Fancy just grabbed that and took it and had Woofy like weld the
Right
lock
open
off,
and bust
whatever she did. I mean,
See, it didn't do me any good because Eloise just picks the locks.
right.
She should have been in prison. She would have got out. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah,
it
I
is,
just-
you know?
Mhm. Yeah, and they
I don't
call
know.
us dreadful. They call us
Uh,
dreadful, but we know.
We know who the real bad ones are.
Right.
They're terrible. And they, you know, I know they have fake lashes. I know they're not real.
Oh God.
They say it's serum curls it up and crap. It's not true. No
Right.
way.
Well, and they claim they wake up looking like that. Oh God. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. You know, and Eloise and her damn beauty marks that keep getting added on. She keeps saying they're popping up overnight.
yeah. Yeah,
I don't think
her
so.
claim to beauty is those beauty marks, you know, so
Yeah. What the heck is wrong? I don't know what's wrong with her. Something.
yeah. Well, honey,
I wonder.
we'll never figure that out. We'll never figure it out. Those two.
No, I don't. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think we should.
I'm really surprised that they haven't been popping up on panels because they are kind of attention whores, to be honest.
Yeah.
They have been
Yeah.
respectful and not doing that this time, but I'm sure after
Yeah.
this live, we'll start seeing them pop up here and there, trash talking.
Good golly, I hope not. Hopefully they just behave themselves and stuff. And you know, I'm very happy with Fancy. She's not been locked up in prison lately. She's not been locked up in the
Right?
slammer.
Yeah.
Been nice.
That we know
Been
of.
nice.
She hasn't been on, so we'll talk in private. But
Oh. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. I was happy
yeah,
for that, but
yeah.
short-lived.
Well,
Short-lived. You know.
yeah. I will say she's not currently incarcerated.
Okay.
What I can't say is that there haven't been any run-ins.
Yeah, fill me in later, because you know Eloise is not going to tell me. She's not going to tell
No,
me anything like that
we'll
unless
talk in
she's
a
begging for
call.
money.
That's a
Yeah.
little embarrassing for the family.
Okay.
How much
So
trouble she's constantly in, but
yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I guess.
yeah,
You
I
know,
can't even read. What does she have popped up there? I can't.
why the hate then? Oh, because earlier they were in here talking shit that I was jealous of Eloise, and you know, if I wasn't jealous, then why the hate and da 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 da, whatever. You know how they are, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Fancy, go get yourself some Taco Bell, honey.
I know, right? Her and that damn Taco Bell. Eloise and her
Louise,
daggone
go ahead
long
and
cigarette
shine up
shit.
that tiara that you won 30 years ago.
I know. I know, and she thinks she's gonna win more. Is she okay? She's deranged or what? I mean, for real?
I don't know. I love them, but
Bless their hearts for trying, I suppose, you know. Bless their hearts for trying.
Fancy, I watched the live you did a while back. Your jealousy was just seeping that I had COVID, was in the hospital, and you weren't getting enough attention. I find that
Oh, I remember.
disgusting, despicable, vile.
It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. She was claiming that she had some sort of COVID that was up and coming, she said.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that they weren't even testing for the type of COVID she had. And yeah, she was just ticked off that she couldn't get a positive COVID test. And she
That's
goes
ridiculous.
sometimes to clinics 4 or 5 times a day to just be tested.
That's
Spends
ridiculous.
a fortune. Yeah. She said, I'm always trying to outdo her on illness. And,
of course she would
and
think
Eloise
that,
just encourages it. Eloise is just as bad. Just as bad.
Well, I know, she's, you know, her issue with me lately has been wanting to go to the ultra fine Dollar Tree because she thinks it's such a nice store. That they carry just about everything. She's got her eye on a purse. She knows if she doesn't go back, that purse is going to be gone.
Oh God!
It's $1.25. It might be, you know.
Oh God! Do you remember that time she went into the? I think she was visiting here in Washington State and went to our Dollar Tree, and she spent like $300, and nothing is more than $1 in that store.
I know. If I remember correctly, she had a few carts full of crap.
She did. She did. Yeah.
I was pulling stuff out, and I was like, "What do you need this Barbie for? Like, it's not even a real Barbie." And she's like, "Hush your mouth. This is the Dollar Tree, and there isn't anything finer than this."
Right. Yeah. She calls it high end.
I know. High end, and you know, oh, you should see her. She blows a gasket when she goes to Dollar General.
Oh. See, we don't have those up here.
Well, you know, it's they carry just about everything, you know, but it's basically everything is generally $1 something, right? Dollar General, like $1, $2, $1.50, $2.50, $5, $10, $20, whatever.
Okay.
It's supposed to be cheaper, but it really isn't cheaper. You know, like some stuff they got okay deals on, I guess, but you know, you're getting kitty litter for $3 instead of $6, but it gets half of what you would get for the $6. Yeah, right. You know, so whatever. You know, it is what it is. But she thinks it is just such a treat to go there. That is, Dollar General is a life. But like, it is a high-end Bon Marché. It's better than Macy's.
Oh God, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Fancy's the same way, and I seen her on the live wearing a feather boa. Right? Do you know where she got that?
Probably the Dollar Tree, probably.
Right. And yeah, their fans, all their little fans. I'm sure that's where they come from. But I'm not criticizing anybody that does shop at Dollar Tree or Dollar General. Maybe you
No,
don't
of
have
course not.
$6 for the kitty litter, and you're getting half as much, but three's all you can spare.
Yeah,
That's fine. But they treat it a little differently than that.
yeah.
Those two.
Like, I mean, I'll shop Dollar Tree and Dollar General. I'm all about saving and making a buck, but I'm also not going to sit here and say that it's better than Macy's. That's high end. But Eloise
Yeah.
is all about that. I'm not sure why. And Savannah says, say half that stuff is with 50 cent. Yeah, it's the way they price it. 50 cent, $1.50, like increments like that. And
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's I don't know.
Yeah.
I maybe a little more high end than the Dollar Tree. Maybe I don't know. Like I said, nothing wrong with it because I shop there, but I wouldn't say it's high end.
Well,
But
they walk around kind of like better than thou, especially directed at us.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll,
Or-
they should do something with their hair. Oh God, what has she said about me? Morticia tries.
Well,
Seriously?
they say I don't even try. So
Yeah, it's
Okay.
awful. We're having to deal with that, and
I don't know. Getting attacked by them.
yeah, I mean, they're almost comical in how they act. I mean, you're either going to
Almost.
cry or you're going to laugh because, in their words, they're dreadful.
Mm, mm.
Absolutely dreadful.
Yep, I know. Yeah, Savannah says art supplies. Yeah, I do like to get art supplies there.
Oh yeah, there's lots of stuff for crafts and
Great stuff. I mean, I love the stores. I'm just not saying they're high end. That's all.
Well, I know there are crafts where you can take, and I watch videos on YouTube where people make things from the dollar store that absolutely do look high end. And
yeah.
I would guess that Fancy and Eloise feel like they're high end. You know what I mean? They go to the dollar store and they make themselves look high end. To each their own, I guess.
I tell you what, though, the next time she comes out with that pink jogging suit out and those high heels, she is not going anywhere with me.
That has not ever changed. She has always wore her little track suits and her high heels and
her sensible shoes, she calls them, her sensible shoes.
Fancy's the same way. She tends to favor her little strappy sandals that she can't walk in correctly. I'm going to be honest, and all that damn animal print. Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Purple eyeshadow and cheetah print and all in one. I
don't know.
God, I feel like I'm bashing them tonight. Yeah.
Oh, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't bash them. No, they're our cousins. We can't do that.
How are you going to call purple lashes natural? She's got all these colored lashes. She wore some god awful bright purple ones and said they were natural.
Ones. Yeah. She got ones with little gemstones on them.
Yeah. And yet she just will argue to the death and tell you that both of them will, that it's all natural, that they don't even wear makeup.
I've heard of being a diamond in the rough, but come on,
They're really rough. I'll tell you what. Oh, gosh.
They are. Oh, yeah, the dining plates and charger plates. Yes, man, Dollar Tree's got some really cool things that you can really, you can make them look high end. They look nice.
Oh, there are some, yeah. I want to do, they do one with hula hoops. And they spray paint them like a rose gold or silver, and then put lights and a little planter in there, and they're so pretty. You hang them up outside, and
Yeah.
they're really
They re-
gorgeous.
They got some cool things that you can do with that stuff. Really, different.
Yeah, there's some good Dollar Tree hacks or dollar store hacks out there.
Yeah,
All
there are.
right.
Yeah. The Dollar Tree here has some nicer stuff in one store. Yeah. Some of them have nicer. They've got other price points too, like up to $10, I think, or something, But
Right.
yeah. But all right. Well, my feet are freezing out here. And
Okay.
if you guys could, we've got one of our sisters, well, a couple of them, are needing some prayers. If you could, guys, she's going through some rough stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail, but she did lose someone very close to her, and our heart has been in. That's the other thing, like I'm saying, like so much crap has happened, all within a short amount of time, But if you could please just keep her in your prayers. She's kind of going through it with her loss as well. And like I said, I don't want to go and put all her business out there or anything, but just keep her in your prayers and know that she's kind of going through it. And so we all hurt when one hurts, and we love her. We love her. She knows who she is.
That's who she is.
Yeah. This is next to Family Dollar. Yeah, Family Dollar. We've got those here, Savannah. They're starting up new ones where they do Dollar Tree and Family Dollar all in one. So half of it's Family Dollar, the other is Dollar Tree. It's weird. And then they have part of it's mixed in together. I don't know. Probably all the same company anyways, Oh, thank you, Savannah. She threw up for her hands for Indica. But yeah, she's going through it, and heartache is heartache, and we have to support, and it's what we do, guys. It's what we do. And I do want to thank. I love you, sis, and I thank you for everything. And I thank
too.
all you who have reached out and who have sent prayers and just been there and supported. I really, really thank you for that. And like I said, it means more than you'll probably ever know. I always just hope that I can be there for others, just a fraction of how they've been there for me. Then I'll be a way better person. It means a lot. So just know that Nancy and Eloise will be back. I'm sure you can't keep those two down. But we did ask them to just kind of stand down for a little while Morticia heals up from. Look, I'm pointing over here like you're sitting right next to me.
I know. I keep looking over like
while she heals from her blood clot in her lung.
Fancy's just walked in. I can hear her.
Oh no.
So I'm probably gonna drop down before she makes a dreadful scene.
Okay, I love you.
I love you too. Yeah,
all right.
Don't do it, Nancy. Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go off camera. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna drop
there
down.
You go. Okay, love you.
I love you too. Fancy, no. Fancy.
Whoopsie. Well, there goes Fancy, I guess, starting her crap, All right, love you guys, and hopefully you have a good rest of the week. What is today? Oh, today is Friday. So, hopefully Purple's got her birthday bash going in about 41 minutes, I guess. I'm looking at the time right. Love you guys, and we will be back later, and we'll talk to y'all, and love you guys, and hang in there, and love you.